Hi, everybody. Welcome to our week 6 class meeting. As always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you sharing it with me and taking the time out of your busy day to come and talk to me for a little bit. We have a few general announcements that I want to talk to y'all about. Again, we have set graduation dates for May 5th and October 20th for this year. Times have not been announced, but those will be taking place in Lafayette. The online campus is technically, we're kind of lumped in with Lafayette because that's the home office. So they say we're based out of Lafayette. So that's where our graduation is held. Even though you may be closer to another Unitech campus or even in the same city as another Unitech campus, you would still take part in the online graduation, the online campus graduation, which ours is in Lafayette. And I think they did that, guys, because it's the most centrally located. If people have to travel, everybody's pretty much traveling a similar distance if we have it in Lafayette. So again, that is not mandatory. It's not mandatory to take place or take part in the graduation ceremony, but I mean, it is an achievement and it should be celebrated. You guys work hard for this, so show it off, take advantage of it, celebrate it, all that stuff. All right. Our graduations are really nice. They're not really long and crazy. They're actually kind of short and to the point. And because we don't have huge campuses, a couple hundred students. We're not like an LSU graduation where you got thousands and thousands of people. It's a lot more informal and homey. A lot of people bring their families and their kids, and they have cheering sections, and it's awesome. It's really awesome. So I hope that y'all will choose to take part in that. My new students, I still have not got your finish dates yet. It has not been updated in the system. As soon as I'm checking it like every other day. So as soon as I find out something, I will let y'all know those dates. Let's see. Speaking of people that are graduating, as you're getting ready to graduate and finish up your program, you want to start thinking about, if you haven't already, starting to prep for your NCCT certification exam. That's the big exam at the end of the program that everybody takes. We have prep sessions starting at 2 o'clock this coming Tuesday. All right, my coding workshops are at 7 o'clock in the evening on Tuesdays. The NCCT prep sessions are at 2 o'clock on Tuesdays, starting next week on the 21st. One of the other instructors, Ms. Marsha Gallagher, is going to be covering the first section, which I think we go over the laws and ethics section. And then I will host the claims section. And then other instructors will take other sections. So if you need the prep packet in advance of that to start working through some stuff, let me know and I'll email it to you, or you can download it from the NCCT prep page in eLearning. It is there also, or I can email it to you. Just let me know which you prefer. Let's see. What we do in these prep session, guys, we have practice exams for you guys. We go over those questions one by one. We take a section like laws and ethics or claims or insurance or coding, and we go through that part of the exam and go through the questions one by one. Now there's when you go to sit for the exam, there's about 2 or 3 different versions that you can get when you go sit for it, but it all covers the same material, okay, which is covered in your program. So I know there's people that are getting nervous about that because they're getting close to the end or to the middle part of your program. Y'all, take advantage of the prep sessions. There's additional materials that you can go onto NCCT's website and purchase if you want to, like flashcards and study guides and things like that. That's totally up to you. If you want to do that, I say go for it. The more help you can get, the better, I think. But plenty of students just take advantage of our prep sessions and practice exams and do fine on the exam. Pass it with flying colors. So if you take advantage of that, I'm sure you'll be good to go without any extra expense. Let's see, next. NTHS, National Technical Honor Society. We are about to have another enrollment period for that. which again, those are instructor nominated. You have to have like a 3.5 GPA, come to Zoom, participate, that kind of thing. And I know not everybody can come to Zoom. That's not a requirement for NTHS. It's a way to participate. If you're texting with me consistently about the class or about whatever, I call that participation. That's you, being involved in your program and asking questions and being committed. So I take that as participation. But I will let you know, once you get into NTHS, even though we're an online campus and the majority of our stuff is done virtually, they do plan in-person events, in fundraisers and things like that for the communities and different communities around the state. Wherever a group of them is close by and they can get together, they do that. So do not join NTHS if you don't want to be involved in community outreach stuff, because that's a lot of what it's about, is being, a great student and a great community member as well. So that's my little spiel on NTHS. So if you're interested in that, you think you meet the requirements, get in touch with me, and we'll talk about me nominating you for that. All right, so that coding workshops. Again, I'm having those on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock. I have been putting the link for that in the news and announcements and also on the Remind app. And then once it's recorded, it's going on the coding workshop page in eLearning. The recording is there. And I'm also putting that link on Remind as well. So there's two places that y'all can find those to go back and watch them or refer to them later, whatever you want to do. And I really think they're helping y'all out. Y'all seem a lot more confident. Like I said, the test scores were really good. Oh no, what happened there? I accidentally minimized my window. Hey, Claire.
Hey, I'm sorry I'm late. I am running unnecessary trips that my child has created for me.
Of course. Better late than never, I always say.
That's
Because
right.
most of the time I'm late for things. That is my coworker's biggest pet peeve, y'all, is that I cannot be anywhere on time. And it's been that way since I was a kid. I just always am either overestimating or underestimating the amount of time I have to do something or can get something done. And there we are. But anywho, so the coding workshops, I really think they're helping y'all out. Like I said, the test scores were good. Y'all are seeming more confident. If you still would like some one-on-one help working through stuff, y'all get with me. We can do that. We can do a phone call or a Zoom call, and we can work through some of your chapter exercises, whatever y'all want to do. And, I can walk you through it step by step if you need that help. Get in touch with me. That's all you got to do is get in touch with me if you've got any kind of doubts, with what you're doing or anything like that. Okay. But I really think y'all should be feeling good about where you're at. Y'all are really doing good. You're really doing good. All right. So the chapter 18 exam is today, and some of y'all have already taken it and done really well. Congratulations. As y'all notice, it is not a big exam. It's like a 50-point, let's call it a quiz, actually, because it's not that deep, right? Chapter 18 was really short. Y'all read it in one day. It covered the lymphatic system, which they kind of lump that in with the cardiovascular system. It's located in that section. It's a subsection of that section of the CPT manual. And I think the reason why is because of the circulatory system. I think cardio and the heart and all that, and then your lymph nodes and everything that runs all through your body. It's all part of the circulatory system. Y'all give me 1 second to plug in my laptop for eyes. But so chapter 18 was super short. I really don't have a whole lot to say about it. There's not anything real specific to that chapter that I think we need to discuss in any great detail. If there is anything that y'all have questions on, that y'all need clarification on, by all means, like, if y'all want to ask that now, we can go over that now. Or if you want to get with me later, that's fine too. But like I said, it's a real short test, and y'all are doing great on it thus far. If you have any issues, of course, get with me. And as always, you will have those retakes available so you can review and then go back over. All right, so I do want to talk a little bit about chapter 19 today. That's going to be the next thing that y'all start reading tomorrow. And chapter 19 is starts the digestive system in the CPT manual. Now, one of the biggest things y'all are gonna see is that this covers a lot of different organs and functions and procedures done in the body. We're talking digestive system, so everything from the mouth down, okay? Your pancreas, your spleen, your stomach, your abdomen, your abdominal, gallbladder, liver, all these different organs that all play a part in digestion. Anything that plays a part in digestion is going to be included in chapter 19. So it's kind of a sizable chapter. Y'all gonna be reading it for several days. And like I said, it covers esophagus, so much stuff, stomach, appendix, colon, all the way down to the liver and then the anus even. So the entire digestive system. All right, and I'm looking to see, it covers a lot of different, you're gonna read things about cleft lip, diseases with the mouth, different stuff like that, having to do with the glands. And there's also another one of those lovely diagrams, anatomical diagrams. Y'all saw the first one in chapter 17, and then there was a small one in chapter 18 as well. How did y'all feel about those? I feel like they help get familiar with the body, with the different body parts. Do y'all find those beneficial?
I found they were. The heart one
Yes.
was a little complicated I say complicated, but
It was just a lot to it.
you really have to like sit down and think about it because there's so many things that are compiled in the heart,
Mm-hmm. There's just a lot of different parts, a lot of different parts. But I do I think that is the most complicated of all of them, just because there's so many vital parts, to the heart. Like y'all will notice, the one for the abdomen for chapter 17 or for chapter 18 was not near as deep, right? There was not near as many parts to label. And I think it goes on like that. I'm pretty sure that's how I set my diagrams up when I did all this. If y'all have any issues, the diagrams are taken directly from the textbook. Like if you look at my diagram, you start flipping through that chapter, you'll find a diagram that almost identically matches my handout, okay? And that's just to highlight, something that I think that'll be helpful for y'all. Like I said, we're not doctors, we don't have medical degrees, but it helps us in our job if we're at least recognize the words, in different body parts and stuff. That'll help us start figuring out how to code things, what keywords we need to look at and stuff like that, if they at least sound familiar, right? So that's why those are in there, and good. I'm glad that most of y'all are finding them helpful. Does anybody have any questions about that, or how I set up exams, anything like that? And y'all remember that I have to manually grade your exams. Please remember that. Don't get freaked out when you get that F or that D because it marked everything wrong and you're certain you got it right. Okay? Don't freak out. I have to go in and manually grade them. All right. All right, so just a little bit about chapter 19. The digestive system, as discussed before, has its own, section in the CPT. It's one of those body systems that they break it down into. Um, let's see, it covers code ranges 40490 to 49999. Okay, so that's fallen right in line with what we've been. Cardiovascular was up to like 3,000, something, right? 39999, something like that. So digestive system is going to follow very similarly. You are going to use the same process that you've used throughout the CPT manual for the digestive system. It's the same. The process is the same. It's just a different area of the body. So there may be different specifics that they want you to recognize. Now it covers 16 different, it's like 16 different body organs compiled in the digestive system. Okay. Lips, mouth, tongue, dentoalveolar structures, dental structures, the structure of your mouth, salivary glands and ducts, pharynx, adenoids, tonsils, esophagus, stomach, intestines. There's a short section on diverticulum, mesentery, and then the appendix, colon, anus, and liver. So 16 different major body parts covered in the digestive system. Y'all get to read a little blurb about all of them, and it's not pages and pages of not useful information. A lot of what you're going to read has to do with the coding of it, and if it's coding specific, they'll let you know. But if y'all are going through and you have any questions about anything, and also some of what you're going to code in this section is going to be radiology. Okay, so they're not just found in the surgery section. You're going to find some of these codes in the radiology section, abdominal ultrasounds, things like that, x-rays when they have to track the GI and things like that, the gastrointestinal tract and all that fun stuff. So there's a lot of different tests that they can run on the digestive system, on the different body parts. Okay, so just look out for that. And just remember that little tip we went over in the coding workshop about pathology and laboratory. Whenever you see testing of some sort, you can automatically look in pathology and laboratory under your alphabetic index, and that test should be listed somewhere within the next like 3 pages. Okay, you may have to go down the list, but it'll be there. Okay, so let's remember that snippet. And then let me double check. I think your exam for 19 is going to be on Tuesday. Let me check. Yeah, Tuesday, your chapter 19 exam. And it is a bit, it's a bit bigger than the chapter 18 quiz. It's another like 20 points. And y'all do have that matching section. And there's a fair amount of coding on this one. There's like 10 multiple choice, then 10 coding, and then the matching for the diagram. So that's just a little heads up on what that chapter 19 exam is going to look like. But if y'all do the chapter exercises and you do the reading, you should not have any problems. Okay, any questions, anything y'all want to discuss? Have questions, clarifications, anything? Anything at all? Everybody good? All my new people that are on, y'all have all gotten your books, right?
Yes, I've gotten all mine.
Awesome.
Me too. I've got mine.
Awesome. Thank you.
I got mine too.
Jackie's got hers. Peachy. Everybody's got theirs. That's what's up. All right. So y'all are pretty well and set up and ready to rock and roll now. You've got access to everything, your ebooks, your coding manuals. Y'all are good to go. And like I said, y'all are catching on quick. Y'all have jumped right in head first and just sorry, email pop up just out of nowhere. Hate that. But y'all are really doing great. So don't be too hard on yourself. And like I said, for those of y'all that are brand new as far as those ICD-10 codes on tests and stuff, feel free to put new in the blank for that. I really don't want y'all to stress about ICD-10 until we get there. Okay, we're gonna get there. Y'all are gonna learn that, and y'all will have plenty of practice with it from then on. But again, if y'all want the head start on it, we're gonna be doing the workshops in the next couple of weeks. I think we're gonna do 1 or 2 more CPT coding workshops, and then we'll start on ICD-10. So if y'all can just hang out as far as the ICD-10 codes until that time. Okay. Don't stress yourself. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I got for today.
Is it still marked against us whenever we get it wrong on the test if it's ICD-10? Okay.
No, it's not going to until we cover. And like I said, I manually grade your test. So I go in and I look at each one of those answers and I know where y'all are at in your program. So I'm going to grade accordingly. But no, like if they, like, for example, if they ask, if there's a question on the exam that wants CPT code and ICD-10 code, and you answer the CPT correctly, and you leave the ICD-10 blank, and this is just for new students now. This is just for my newbies, Claire, Jamie, didn't count for you. And you leave that blank, you're gonna get full points for it if you got the CPT part of it right. You'll get full points for the question. I'm not gonna mark you off for not doing the ICD-10 at this point, because I know y'all haven't been through that yet. There's no way for me I can't hold against you something you haven't learned yet, you know. Now, if you're feeling spry or you're feeling froggy, you know, and you want to give it a go, then give it a go. I'm not gonna grade it that hard. So I'm not going to slam you on it if you give it a try and you're unsuccessful. You know, I say, hey, good for you, giving it a try. Jamie, how's that baby?
She's good. She's occupied.
Yes.
That's why I was late. She was fussy.
Hey, I appreciate you showing up, ma'am. Better late than never is what I say. So
we here.
That's all that matters. We talked a little bit about minimally about chapter 18, because it was like 5 minutes long, and a little bit on chapter 19 and what y'all have coming up on your exam. There were some general announcements, but I'll let you go back and watch the recordings of that.
I usually do.
Yeah. So guys, is anything else? Y'all have questions about it? Anything else? Excuse me. Or anything else you want to discuss at all?
I'm learning to hate fractures.
Learning to hate fractures?
Yes.
Coding a lot of fractures, are we?
Yes.
Very good.
Too many fractures.
I understand. Let's go ahead and Claire, if y'all want to stick around for a second, I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording and we'll chit chat for a sec.